Hello, Internet. I'm me. And this is Kamen Rider Fourze in episode 5 and Super Sentai Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger, episode 32. And pretty much these are I'm going to do a quick overview for these episodes and then give you the sub episodes and then leave because I have some very busying things to do. And I'm just going to give you my ratings for it. I'm going to give you the top bad, top good, and then move on from there. Okay, let's start out with Kamen Rider Fourze in episode 5. Kamen Rider Fourze, it's better. No, don't worry, it's better. This episode I really liked, even though on the end of the first half, when Kamen Rider Fourze or Gentaro, man, I cannot remember his name. Why can't I remember his name? But anyway, Gentaro, uh, uh, when he henshins into Kamen Rider Fourze, there's a very weird moment where it just gets silly. And because I've watched Kamen Rider before, and I've known it for I've seen its silly moments, but for me, Kamen Rider, it's almost a little odd for the series to go well as silly as it did now. But it really didn't take away from anything. It just distracted me a little bit. And this episode is pretty much JK is throwing a party, a huge karaoke party, and wants Gintaro to come, and he also wants, I think, everybody else, but they don't want to, and he tries to force them. And there's actually, he tries to force them. Gentaro goes anyway, and of course, some student who really likes fencing, who hates JK, which I liked about this episode. This was a good. I have two things good about this episode, and it's one, we get to see who the guy is right off the bat. And I actually like this better because instead of just going, well, who is it, who is it, who is it, I'm just kind of like, oh, we know who it is, but we don't know much about them. So as the episodes progress, we get to learn more about these characters and why they are actually hating them so much to actually alter their form. I like it. Good strategic move, and it gets rid of that whole, oh, is it their, low lackey sidekick, and gives the characters a little more roundness when it actually comes to the reveal. And another thing I actually loved about this episode is when you see the popular cheerleading girl. She's still a popular cheerleading girl, and that's the one thing I don't like about these episodes so far, is that almost all these characters you can pretty much just label like one word labels or one word character tropes and then just move on. You wouldn't have to know their names whatsoever because you would never get mixed up with them. And I'm kind of not liking that, but again, I think while this season progresses, we're going to see a lot more roundness in these characters, and we're actually going to be able to know more about these characters. But another part that I did like was where the cheerleader actually gets confronted by the captain of the American football team, like, oh yeah, you're going to get back with me because you're the queen again? And she just goes, no. I won, but no. And then goes off and goes into the magical locker that leads to the moon base and, goes out to look out at the beauty of space. I thought that was a great character growth right there and a demonstration of how deep these writers can really get. And I'm pretty happy for that. And the ending of this episode is pretty much a cliffhanger to because JK sees Gentaro turn into Kamen Rider Fourze and use the Billy the Rod switch, which is an electrical rod that that Gentaro has to be careful with, or else he'll electrocute himself, and he does so on multiple occasions. And that plays into that almost a fear of using the switch. But when it comes time to use it, JK has stolen it or had a friend steal it from Gentaro during the party, which I would have thought he would have kept a little more held on to, but I have to question, um, where's the Kamen Rider belt when he's not wearing it? Because it can't be in his pocket. Because that thing is bulky as hell. It can't just be in its pocket. He's just some Kamen Rider stuff. I've always wondered that, like, where the hell does the belt go? So, okay, no, W kind of answered that question, but Kamen Rider O's. Okay, I guess that was the drive for Kamen Rider O's was small enough for him to hide it, so I don't know. I don't care. But anyway, it's a good, solid 8 out of 10 episode. A very good, like, little cliffhanger, and a very new debut of about, I think, 3 different switches. 3 completely new switches, and the next episode is going to be a whole switch form, in which Billy the Rod gives Kamen Rider Fourze an electrical form. So stay tuned for that, and the sub is in the description. Now, moving on to Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger, episode 32. Sorry, not 34. 32. This is a doc-heavy episode, and I'm actually happy for this because I've been looking forward to this for a very long time. And of course, what happens is the Gokaiger were beaten by Bosco, like just beaten by Bosco. Luca, Joe, and Marvelous all go out to train. Like, we gotta train, we gotta get better, we gotta get better. Which I actually liked. It shows how their characters would actually react to this kind of defeat. While, on the other hand, Doc, instead of trying to train himself up, tries to build some new weapons, stating that it doesn't matter how powerful the enemy is if I have a better gun. Because, well, you know, his main weapon is gun. And we actually, in this episode, get to see a flashback to Joe's past, but it's more of when he first met the team. So, you don't really get too much information, but you do get, like, a little sense that he was a little codependent. Well, you do learn that he was a little more codependent than now. He was much more codependent, and I'm actually loving that we're going to start to see some character development in Doc, and it has been confirmed that we are going to see some character growth in Princess Aime, and she is going to actually get to meet the person who destroyed her planet, which I really can't wait for that episode and see how they play that one out. I'm just giddy for that one. But anyway, this episode, they go up against this, while trying to make up a new weapon, he makes this gun he makes one of his guns a double final wave attack thing. And in battle, he tries it against this new assault general, or task general, whichever. And he has this huge shield, and he goes, haha, and everybody, they try their special moves, they don't work, they all get deflected off, even the final wave. The double final wave gets knocked off as well, and it breaks. And breaks the gun, so Doc kind of gives the whole thing of, I'm going to give up. And for the first time ever, we actually get to see the Gokaiger flee battle. They flee battle. That's new to me. Even if they were ever beaten in a previous episode, you'd always see them, be spared, and then, the bad guy goes away for some stupid reason instead of just killing them. This time, they actually all, as a team, run away. And that's something new to me. And now, I know a lot of people are going to say, why don't they just shoot his feet? And I'm just going to say that takes away from the message of the episode, and yes, it would have made totally perfect sense to just shoot his feet away. But I'm just saying, guys, come on now. Really, the episode's message is really just work with your hands, feel the accomplishment of overcoming something more powerful than yourself. And if you think about it, that shield has been deflecting away things that are pretty much the equivalent of 10 missiles. And if you can bust through that, I think you can bust through fucking anything. So I'm pretty happy that they made a new blaster thing, and they use it to, destroy it. And the Japanese announcer for the double final wave and for the, I think it was Rising Strike, and also for the Red Charge, that Japanese announcer, I loved him when I first heard him when the season started. and I continue to love this guy even now when he's coming out with new material. It just sounds, his voice just sounds so cool when he announces crap. I want him to announce my life. Like, hold on. Like, I want to hear a final breakfast. Like, final breakfast! Captain Crunch. But other than that, yeah. I love that guy. Don't ask me why I did that. I just did because I felt like it. Anywho, I give that one a 9 out of 10. It's not a complete perfect episode. A lot of technical mistakes, and again, like the logical mistakes of why not just shoot him in the leg or anything like that. So other than that, the episode's pretty fine, but it's not a 10 out of 10. And Kamen Rider Fourze, which could have been better, just got way too silly for me in the end. Or in the middle-ish area. So, both of these episodes are subbed in the description. Leave comments, subscribe, like, whatever. Until next time, peace.